Look at you, standing there, waiting for someone to pass you the ball, waiting for the perfect opportunity to just fall into your lap like some predictable, pathetic fairy tale. You make me sick. You think potential means anything? You think because you have a spark of talent, the world is going to bend over backwards to hand you a victory? You're playing the wrong game. Let me break down your reality right now. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fatigue, your burnout, or how hard you tried today. Good effort is a consolation prize for losers. There is only one rule on this field and in this life. Devour or be devoured. If you aren't stepping into the arena ready to rip the dreams out of the hands of the guy standing next to you, then you've already lost. Get out of my sight. You want to talk about teamwork? Camaraderie? That's just a comforting lie weak people tell themselves so they don't have to bear the crushing weight of their own failures. True evolution, true mastery is a solitary, suffocating obsession. It's locking yourself in the dark when everyone else is sleeping. It is the agonizing, relentless grind of breaking your own limits piece by piece until your body screams and your mind begs for mercy. Discipline isn't a cute little daily routine. It's an absolute, unwavering dictatorship over your own mind, driven entirely by your ego. It's looking at an impossible obstacle, calculating the exact formula to crush it, and executing it with zero hesitation, thousands of times over in the shadows. I see everything. I see the pieces of the puzzle scattered all over the board, but having the vision isn't enough. You must possess the supreme, unshakable arrogance to believe that you, and only you, are meant to be the one to put them together. To do that, you have to strip away every single piece of yourself that is soft, complacent, and mediocre. You must willingly, violently destroy the person you were yesterday to construct the monster you need to be today. Do you even know what the grind actually feels like? It's not a motivational montage with a catchy soundtrack. It's staring in the mirror, despising the weakness you see staring back so deeply that you have no choice but to eradicate it. It's failing, tasting the dirt, and feeling a rage so profound, so absolute, that it rewires your very DNA. It is repeating the same brutal process day after day in absolute silence, while the rest of the world wastes its time chasing cheap dopamine. Every single day, you are surrounded by stepping stones. People who are satisfied with good enough. People who are willing to share the spotlight. I don't want to share a damn thing. I demand to stand alone at the absolute pinnacle, looking down at a mountain built from the shattered egos of everyone who thought they could stand in my way. My ego demands nothing less than total domination. If you want to survive, you have to prioritize your own existence above everything else. Your goals, your vision, your grind, your obsession. Everything and everyone else is just a tool to be used, a concept to be absorbed, a tactic to be devoured. If someone is better than you, you don't admire them. You don't put them on a pedestal. You study them. You dissect their habits, their relentless discipline, their technique, and you steal it. You rip it from their grasp, make it your own, and then you crush them with it. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is a fragile, fleeting emotion for amateurs who need a pat on the back to do their job. This is about a fundamental shift in your core reality. This is about becoming so deeply, violently obsessed with your own evolution that the concept of stopping feels exactly like death. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep playing a supporting role in someone else's life? Are you going to keep passing the ball when the open net is right in front of you? Or are you going to awaken? Take the shot, miss, fail, get up, and grind until your lungs burn and your legs give out. Bleed for it. Rebuild the formula. Find the blind spots. Then take the shot again. Be ruthless with your time, merciless with your flaws, and entirely consumed by your own ego. Because at the end of the day, there is only one protagonist in this reality: me. If you want to prove me wrong, then come devour me, if you have the ego for it. You really thought you could survive here with just good intentions and a little bit of sweat? Look at yourself. You're pathetic, trembling because the reality of this field finally hit you. Listen to me very carefully. The world doesn't care about your sob story. It doesn't care how many hours you think you practiced. Everyone here works hard. Hard work is the absolute bare minimum just to step onto this pitch. If you think your basic discipline is enough to make you a king, you've already lost. Do you know what it actually takes to survive at the top? Obsession. A disgusting, filthy, unapologetic obsession with being the absolute best. And to be the best, you can't just run alongside others. You have to crush them. You have to devour them. What does it mean to devour? It means looking at the guy next to you, the one who trained for 10 years, the one who sacrificed his blood, his sweat, his entire youth for this exact moment, and realizing that his entire existence is nothing more than a puzzle piece for my own evolution. His pain, my stepping stone. His desperate, agonizing grind, the foundation of my victory. I watch them. I dissect every movement, every strategy, every ounce of their supposed talent. I let them think they have a chance. I let them build their little hopes and dreams. And then I snatch it away at the very last second. I rip their formulas apart, piece by piece, until they are staring at my back, realizing they were nothing but prey. That is the true essence of the grind. It's not just about pushing your own limits. It's about breaking someone else's. It's about looking at your idols, your rivals, your so-called teammates, and stripping them of their value to feed your own ego. If you aren't stepping on the corpses of their dreams, you aren't climbing high enough. You think that's cruel? Grow up. That's the ecosystem of champions. The moment you show mercy, the moment you hesitate because you feel bad for devouring someone's hard work, you become the prey. Someone else with a hungrier ego will sink their teeth into your neck and take everything you've worked for. Is that what you want? To be a tragic footnote in someone else's success story? Rewrite your brain. Right now, erase every delusion of friendship and fairness. The only thing that matters is the result, and the only way to get the result is absolute, ruthless discipline. You wake up, you grind until your muscles tear, you analyze, you adapt, and you hunt. Every single day. You don't take a day off because while you're resting, someone else is starving for your spot. Look at the field. It's a banquet, and everyone around you is just food waiting to be consumed. You need to develop eyes that only see the path to your own goal. If a teammate is in the way, use them as a decoy. If an enemy blocks your path, shatter their ego so completely that they never want to step on a field again. Take their weapons, take their formulas for success, assimilate their strengths into your own arsenal, and discard their useless husks. My ego is a black hole. It will never be satisfied. I will keep devouring the strongest, the most disciplined, the most talented monsters in this world until I stand completely alone at the summit. I will grind my way through every obstacle, obsessing over every microscopic detail of my evolution, until the universe has no choice but to recognize me as the absolute pinnacle. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and cry about how hard it is? Are you going to let me devour you right here, right now? Or are you going to wake up, find your ego, and start eating? Get up and fight, or get out of my sight. You call that trying? You call that giving it your all? Don't make me sick. Look at you, breathing heavy, staring at the ground, satisfied because you think you hit your limit. You think just because your muscles burn and you sweated a little, you've earned something. You think effort alone is enough to survive in this domain. It's pathetic. It's lukewarm trash. Let me break it down for you, since your brain seems completely incapable of grasping the reality of this space. Winning isn't some consolation prize handed out to the guy who tried his hardest. It isn't a fairy tale ending reserved for the one with the purest heart or the most tragic backstory. Winning is a slaughter. It's the absolute, undeniable proof of your existence, carved out of the crushed dreams, shattered egos, and broken bodies of everyone who dared to stand in your way. And if you aren't obsessed with that, if you aren't sick with the desperate need to dominate, to rip the future out of the hands of fate and make it your own, then get off my field. You're just taking up oxygen. You want to know what real obsession looks like? It's not just wanting it. It's a sickness that rots you from the inside out until there's nothing left but the craving for a goal. It's staying awake until your eyes bleed, visualizing every single variable, every single failure, until the formula for victory burns itself into your retinas. It's dragging your exhausted, broken body through the dirt long after your muscles have screamed their last warning. Because the thought of losing, the thought of being second best, is infinitely more terrifying than death itself. Discipline isn't a cute little schedule you write in a notebook. It's a ruthless, bloody execution of the weak parts of yourself. Every single day, I tear myself apart. I take my ego, my pride, my physical limits, and I shatter them into a million pieces. Why? Because the Isagi Yoichi of yesterday is absolute garbage. He's not good enough to win today. I have to adapt. I have to evolve. I have to find the missing puzzle pieces, no matter how agonizing it is to reach into the abyss and forge them with my own two hands. You complain about the grind. You whine about the unfairness of talent, about the geniuses who were born with gifts you'll never have. Shut up. Talent is just another variable on the board. The only thing that matters is the equation you build to completely dismantle it. I've seen monsters on this pitch. Freaks of nature with speed, power, and technique I couldn't even dream of possessing. And you know what I did to them? I devoured them. I analyzed their weapons, I predicted their thoughts, and I dragged them down into my world. I made them useless pawns in my own personal play. That doesn't happen by accident, and it sure as hell doesn't happen by wishing for it. It happens because while they were resting on their natural gifts, getting comfortable, I was grinding my mind and body into a hyper-efficient weapon designed specifically to destroy them. I broke down their existence and turned it into my own nutrients. The price of absolute mastery is your comfort. It's your sanity. If you want to stand at the apex, you have to be willing to sacrifice everything else in your pathetic life. You have to look at the people beside you, your friends, your teammates, your rivals, and accept the absolute fact that you will step on their heads to reach the summit. Their goals are nothing but stepping stones for my own. Their despair is the raw fuel for my ego. Does that scare you? Does that sound cruel? Good. It means you finally understand the stakes we are playing for. This isn't a game. This is a brutal battle for survival. Every time I step onto the pitch, I am betting my entire life, my entire worth as a human being on the next goal. My vision, my spatial awareness, my direct shot, they are not miracles. They are born from an endless, suffocating, grueling cycle of trial and error. There is no magic here, just a cold, calculated, relentless grind. I see the field in pieces. I see the future before it even happens, and I rewrite the ending so that I am the only one standing in the spotlight. So ask yourself right now, while you're down there in the dirt, are you ready to discard your useless pride? Are you ready to strip yourself down to nothing and rebuild yourself as a monster? Are you ready to become entirely, irrevocably obsessed with the singular outcome of victory? If the answer is no, then stay down. Let me use you as a stepping stone. But if the answer is yes, then prove it. Show me an ego that can actually threaten my own. Show me a hunger that makes you forget how to breathe. Stop crying about the pain of the grind and start using it to forge a weapon that can pierce the heavens. Until then, stay out of my blind spot, because I'm going to devour this entire field, and I won't even flinch when I trample right over you.